Dirk is standing by. Went out with Royal, had a great first date according to him, but has not heard from her since. Michelle and I are going to try to help out this morning. First of all, Dirk, tell us how you met Royal.
I met her online. The conversation was going really good, and so then I asked her out, and, we went out for a drink and had great conversation. And then, we ended the night, and we kind of went our own separate way, and when I called her again about a second date, I never heard back. She never replied to a text, and then I tried calling her, and nothing happened there. So, I don't know. I thought things went great, but I honestly have no idea what happened.
All right. Well, let's have us give her a call, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get you a second date, okay?
That'd be great.
We've gotten a hold of Royal, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Royal, do you remember going out with Dirk?
I do. I sure remember that.
Well, he gave us a call, said you guys had a great first date. Then he said he never heard from you after that and asked us to give you a call on his behalf. Is there a reason you didn't contact Dirk after the first date?
I really didn't appreciate it when Dirk kept showing pictures of all these girls that he had dated.
Wait, that sounds weird. You mean he's actually sharing pictures during your date of women he used to date?
Yes. Who does that? I don't even know what the purpose of that is.
I mean, maybe he was just feeling very comfortable around you, felt like he knew you for years?
Is it possible that you knew the people that he used to date? Maybe that's what he was doing. Do you run in the same circles like that?
No, he doesn't. It was just too much. It was like a main topic of conversation, just other women. I just don't understand how that's supposed to woo me. What?
Was this off his phone, or maybe like he was showing you like pictures off his Instagram, and there just happened to be other people in there that he used to date? I'm trying to get a feel for this because it sounds so unusual.
No, he was just like going through his old roster, kind of. It was really weird, y'all.
Well, here's the deal. Dirk didn't tell us any of that. He just said you guys went out and he had a good time. And he thought you did, too. And he's actually on the other line. Can we bring him in on this conversation so we can find out more about what his thought process was for showing you those photos?
Wow.
It's totally up to you. If you don't want to do this, we can end this here.
I guess I'm already here.
I mean,
Yeah,
let me ask, Hawkeye, you weren't dating Dirk Nowitzki, right? I mean, maybe they were famous
he's married.
people.
Oh, no. No? What?
Okay. All right. Maybe that's why they were famous people on his phone.
Did Dirk sound like the Dirk who played for the Mavericks?
No, just making sure, Hawkeye.
Okay, all right. But it's okay if we bring him in on this?
Sure. Yeah, here we go.
All right. Dirk, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Wow, Royal. I got to say, though, you were giving a bit of an attitude with me the night of our date. You made me feel it was sort of out of my league. So, I don't know. I wanted to show you that I had a number of women who are hot like you that I've dated before. So, to make it, more comfortable,
What?
Honestly, yeah, to be honest, too, showing you those pictures was a bit of an attitude adjustment on your side because after I showed you some of my exes, you started to treat me better, which I thought was really interesting.
Are you serious right now? That is absolutely insane. An attitude? This is absolutely ludicrous. What is going on in your brain, dude?
I was showing you a few of the girls' photos, and then all of a sudden you started to open up a little more. Like you were like, oh, okay, this guy had some top quality women like me, and the conversation was going much better in my opinion.
You don't go through your Rolodex on a first date. That's disgusting.
Dirk, do you usually do this with other dates?
No, not really. All the other women that I've dated have confidence, unlike Royal here, and they've treated me very well.
Royal, can we ask you a question now that you've had the attitude adjustment that Dirk provided for you?
Yeah.
If you'd like to go out a second time with him, we'll pick up the tab for date number 2. Do you have any interest in going out with Dirk a second time?
Absolutely not. Swipe left. No.
Okay. Well, you're a good sport to come on the air with us. Do appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I've dated a lot of hotter women than her, so for me, it's not really a big deal.
All right.
888-787-1963 if you want to comment on today's second date update. I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page here because, once again, I don't think the guy explained it very well. He's dated a lot of top quality women, Michelle. You heard him say that top quality.
What? And she adjusted her attitude
yes,
after that.
After she saw all the top quality women that he normally dates. then she opened up more and everything. Yeah. So it was a very successful tactic.
Effective for
yeah,
him.
very effective. All right, Levi is standing by. He went out with Carrie, had a great first date. Unfortunately, no second date. We're going to try to help him out. First of all, Levi, tell everybody how you met Carrie.
You know, Hawkeye, she just popped up on my Instagram feed, so I commented on her post because I thought it was really interesting.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a little serendipity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did commenting on a post that of someone you've never met before end up to be a date?
You know, we started messaging each other after that. You know, I commented on her post, and then I guess maybe she was looking at my post because all of a sudden I started getting comments from her. So I was like, hey, you want to go out for margaritas?
Oh, so she probably found you interesting as well.
I mean, I won't say I'm not.
So did this take a little bit of time before you guys started even talking about going out, or was this pretty quick?
It was about a couple weeks.
Okay, all right, commenting back and forth. What'd you guys end up doing on your date?
I took her out. We went to a nice burger joint and got some margaritas and some cheeseburgers, and I thought it was a good time.
Okay, but you're contacting us. Are we correct in assuming there was no second date?
There has not been a second date, no.
All right. And did anything go wrong on date number one? You know we always ask.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, let's give her a call and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
All right.
But we've gotten a hold of Carrie, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Carrie, do you remember going out with Levi?
Oh my God. Yeah, I do. This is really embarrassing.
What's embarrassing?
What's embarrassing?
I just so like I've heard some second date updates and like I just never thought I'd be on one like this. I've listened to it and I just feel like people can be super shallow, and I just I don't want to be seen like that. But
One like this? What do you mean by that?
I don't want to come off weird or judgy or anything like that. It's kind of mortifying. Really.
Okay. Well, we get that. We do get that sometimes people do come off as being very judgmental. But you obviously went out with Levi. There was an attraction there, right? You guys were chatting back and forth on Instagram, and then for some reason you didn't contact him. Was there a reason?
Yeah, it maybe sounds shallow or anything, but I just could not get past his breath, and I have a good tolerance for things, but like I just could not get past it.
His what now?
He had really not good breath.
Oh, bad breath.
You don't want to say bad breath, but you want not good breath.
I've never experienced it where it's so much that I needed the date to just kind of be over.
Really? It was that off-putting. At that point, you did not want to go out with him again.
I don't see how I even could again. Even sitting across from him, and I don't mean to be mean, but oh my God.
Well, you know how second date works because you said you listened to it. He is on the other line, and it's always up to you if you want to continue with this. Would it be okay if we brought him online? This is good constructive criticism and often stuff that can be corrected.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not even aware.
Exactly.
If he wants to say something or if he has a question, okay, I don't want to.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Well, let's see. Levi, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you hear what Carrie said?
I don't understand that because we both ate onion rings. So that's had to be what it was.
I don't mean to sound mean, but it was that way before we got the food.
That's impossible. No, that's impossible because I was chewing gum.
I don't mean to sound mean, but if you don't have good dental habits, if you're chewing gum to mask that, it doesn't actually work. That's not what gum is for, to hide that.
Good dental. Do you work at the dentist's office?
I don't, but you can tell the difference.
What do you mean by you can tell dental hygiene? What does that even mean?
Okay, so if someone's has good dental hygiene, right, and they're doing what they should, taking care of their mouth, and when they chew gum, it just kind of enhances it and freshens you up. But if you don't have that, and then you're just chewing gum as a last minute thing, it doesn't really help.
I think you're just trying to cancel me because of your dental snobbery here. And if you do your research, you don't have to brush your teeth every single day.
What?
It's like washing your hair, If you wash your hair too much, it's the same thing.
So you're saying you can brush your teeth too much?
Yeah. I know people, you brush the enamel right off your teeth.
So I guess you don't floss either?
I floss from time to time.
Okay, how often do you brush your teeth?
Well, how often do you wash your hair?
I mean, probably 4 times a week.
Yeah, I'm about 4 times a week with my teeth.
How do you doesn't that feel awful?
What are you talking about?
Don't you, like, wake up in the morning and feel like that stuff on your teeth? Like, doesn't it drive you crazy?
No. That's what the Orbit gum is for, Gary. Sounds like you're having a problem. Maybe some other problems if that's what you're feeling when you're waking up. Have you gotten that checked out?
No, like, have you gotten it checked out? So,
No, I'm good.
Did you brush your teeth before the date? Like, did you brush your teeth before you went out with me?
That's what the gum is for.
Okay, we're going to jump in here. Our whole goal is to see, Carrie, if you'd like to go out at a second time with Levi, maybe on the day he brushes, we'd schedule it or something. We'll pick up the tab for date number 2. Do you have any interest in going out with Levi a second time?
Oh, gosh. No, I could
Retroactive
not.
brushing, Carrie? That's weird.
I can't even talk. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we're going to jump in here. Thank you, Carrie, so much for coming on the show. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Levi, obviously, it didn't work out the way that you'd hoped, but maybe you'd pick up something from this, what, Carrie's concern was?
I don't know. Maybe she's paranoid? I don't know.
All right. 888-787-1963 is our phone number if you want to chime in. Are you an overbrusher like Michelle appears to be? Brushing, I bet, after each meal.
It's like 3 times a day, isn't it?
What? You can brush the enamel right off those teeth, Michelle.
Oh.
He's done this research. Maybe if you're in the dental hygienist business or a dentist, maybe you can call and chime in.
You're supposed to like floss every day too.
Yeah. 888-787-1963.
And chew gum? What's the gum thing about?
I know. I mean, I'm kind of on Team Carrie on this one.
Okay, how often do you brush your teeth?
I brush in the morning when I get up. I brush before I go to bed, and then I don't. If I'm out about town, I don't brush.
Right, but if there's an occasion you will go brush, you don't hesitate.
And I am on a flossing streak. I didn't floss for years, but I have not.
Wait, what? You're on a flossing streak?
Yes, you can ask my hygienist. Yes,
You do floss every day?
I floss every day before I go to bed.
Husband.
I do not miss a floss date. I did not floss for years, but now I make a point of it. Yeah. That's just me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Clapping.
Lyle gave us a call. He went out with Brianna. They had a great first date. Unfortunately, there was no second date, so he called Michelle and I and said, hey, can you give me a little help? So, that's what we're going to do. Now, first of all, Lyle, tell everybody how you met Brianna.
I met Brianna online.
Okay.
And we started to go out, went on one date, and never heard back from her.
All right. Well, what'd you guys do on your date?
We went hiking.
Oh.
Went on a hike. That's kind of a gutsy kind of move on date number 1 to go on a hike.
Well, that's one of the things I liked about Brianna is that she was a very outdoors person. I mean, even her social media photos are just, she's out hiking and just exploring and all these different things. And, that's just one thing we had in common. So what better first date?
Okay. All right. Well, so where did you guys go?
We went to Cedar Hills State Park.
Oh, okay. Yes. Over by Duncanville. Okay. Yeah. I've been there before. Very
Never
nice
been.
place.
Is it nice, Hawkeye?
You know what? It's really nice because, and you can concur, Lyle, you're not that far from like downtown Dallas, but it feels like you're like hundreds of miles away.
Yeah. It is very out of the way. You don't even notice that you're anywhere near Dallas.
So how'd the date go?
I thought it went really well. I thought it was a good time. But I thought it went well overall.
All right. But you're calling us, are we correct in assuming there was no second date?
Right. So I haven't heard from her. There was no second date, nothing.
Well, let's have us give her a call, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get you a second date, okay? All right.
So we got a hold of Brianna, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So do you remember going out with Lyle?
I do.
Well, he said you guys had a great first date. I guess you guys went on a hike, and then he said he never heard from you after that, and he asked us to call you on his behalf.
Well, I think Lyle needs to be more considerate of other people.
Oh, what happened?
The date was awful.
You guys went on a hike, right?
Yeah, it was awful. We met at Starbucks, and I thought that maybe we would just hang out there because the weather was terrible. It was cold, windy, and rainy, but he insisted that we go. I almost froze to death, and I was miserable the whole time, and I just thought, wow, is this a reflection of how the relationship is going to be?
Yeah.
So because of the weather, well, let me ask this.
No, it's because of his lack of consideration, not because of the weather.
Well, I want to ask this question though.
Okay.
When he first suggested you guys going on a hike, were you on board with that?
Yes.
Okay. But then the day of the hike, the weather was horrible, and you thought when you met at the Starbucks, you were just going to scrap the hike.
Yes.
I see. And because he didn't, and you were miserable, that's why you didn't call him back.
Yeah, I just felt like he wasn't being attentive to my needs.
Okay, all right. Well, he called us because he said you guys had a great time on the hike, and he couldn't figure out why you didn't call him back. Can we bring him in on this conversation just so he can kind of, figure out what went wrong?
Sure.
Lyle, are you there?
Yeah, I mean, I really did thought she had a good time. Granted, it was a little rainy, but I mean, it's just being resilient is being able to overcome those obstacles in life. I don't know what to say. I thought she had a really good time.
Well, I felt like you were an obstacle in my life. And I decided to overcome that.
Oh.
I mean, you go hiking all the time. Sometimes weather is just unpredictable. You just got to deal with it.
Listen, I can handle some obstacles, but I don't want to be a popsicle. And we knew going in that the weather was terrible, and you refused to change plans. You have to have some flexibility.
Flexibility, that's poncho, that's, weatherproof boots, that's the flexibility. You got to be ready to tackle it, that's all.
And were you providing a poncho?
I mean, I would have thought that you knew the weather was not going to be great, so I thought you would have been a little bit more prepared for these kind of things.
Well, you are correct. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for you.
What about this, Brianna? What if we hit the reset button and you guys have another type of date? We pick up the tab for date number 2. Forget about date number 1, the hike and everything. Would you have any interest in going out with Lyle a second time?
I think you would have to pay me to do that.
Man, you really are upset about this. And they are paying you. I can't believe you're that upset by this.
I really, really don't like being cold and miserable.
That's part of the game.
All right.
I mean, people go diving and swimming in icy cold water all the time.
Oh, you're really selling this now, buddy.
The polar bear challenge,
Then don't be surprised when I become a frigid person.
Brianna, thank you for coming on the air with us. Really appreciate your time here this morning. Thanks for being part of the show.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay. Lyle, obviously didn't get the answer you're looking for, but at least you got a little closure when it comes to Brianna.
Yeah. Well, there's a resilient person out there somewhere.
Okay, all right. You know what? Resiliency isn't really a quality that comes out on a first date. Hey, you have to be resilient if you're going to get through this date.
Yeah, that's kind of tough, especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
I mean, an adventure is good, but overcoming, obstacles?
And not only that, I mean, he could see, she didn't bring a poncho or rain boots
Right.
like he suggested, okay, that she wasn't prepared for the cold weather because she thought they were going to just, do that on another time. That's a good social cue to maybe abort the plans.
Do something. You can always come up with something else.
Or just hang out in Starbucks.
Yeah, that's a date.
Yes, 888-787-1963. If you'd like to comment on today's second date update, do you think that Brianna was right? Maybe they should have just stayed at the Starbucks, or do you think Lyle's right? Maybe your team Lyle's like, hey, you know what? Just suck it up, Buttercup. It's
got Donald on the line this morning. Donald went out with Livy, had a great first date. Unfortunately, as is often the case, there was no second date, and we're going to try to help. So first of all, Donald, tell us how you met Livy.
So we met online. We chatted for a little bit, and we got comfortable enough. We decided, all right, let's meet up in person. So we decided to do some margaritas. Saturday afternoon, low pressure date, and it was great. It was a blast. We were vibing, laughing, and I don't know what the heck happened. I haven't heard from her since.
All right. And maybe someone had too many margaritas? Is that possible?
No, actually, we were pacing ourselves, and we had some appetizers. So, there was some fried food as well going in. So neither of us got drunk or anything like that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's call Livy and see if we can figure out what's going on. See if we can get to second date, okay?
Okay.
So we've gotten a hold of Livy. She's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Livy, do you remember going out with Donald?
Yeah, I do.
Well, he gave us a call, said you guys went out for some margaritas on a Saturday, had a nice time, but said he hadn't heard from you since and asked us to give you a call on his behalf.
Well, honestly, it was fine. He was fine throughout the date, but then I got a weird vibe from him, so I just decided to follow my intuition, not pursue it.
What was weird about him? Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, so I found out that he likes to go on vacation by himself to Disney World, and I found that really weird.
Okay, so he vacations by himself at Disney World, and that's unsettling to you?
I checked his IG, and it's filled with photos of him, Mickey Mouse ears and all, and he's alone at Disney World. That's not normal.
Okay, but that's the reason you didn't call him back, because he likes to vacation in Disney World.
Alone.
I mean, does he have kids and maybe he's meeting up with his kids there or something?
Yeah.
There are no kids.
Or maybe meeting friends up there?
There's nobody.
Nobody.
Can we bring Donald on this conversation? Maybe, after he explains his vacations, maybe it's going to give you a different perspective on
Maybe
all
a full
this.
picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Okay, he's on the other line here. Donald, are you there?
I am here, and I just want to say, first off, there is nothing weird with that. There's a lot of adults that go to Disney World for vacation.
But you go by yourself. I've never heard of such a thing.
I would love to go with other people. Here's the thing. It's expensive to go there because I'm not going there just for a day. I go for 2 weeks at a time. And, not to pat myself on the back, but I do pretty well, okay? And a lot of people can't afford that kind of trip. I would love to go with other people. They can't afford it, all right? I'm living up here. You can't see, but I'm living higher than a lot of other people, okay? And so I think it's like a luxury that I'm allowed to go by myself. If other people want to join, sure, that's absolutely fine. If you want to go, we can talk about that. Is that what this is about?
Do you realize that you're yelling at me right now?
You're talking about something that I hold very important. This is something that clearly is very important to me, okay? And I'd like to think one day in the future, when I do get married, when I find my Minnie, we are going to Disney World and we will have that honeymoon together, okay? So at that point, I won't be by myself and it won't be weird.
See, you admitted it's weird.
It's just, you're looking at it from a different angle. Listen, have you even heard of the word Disnerd? It's a thing, okay? Like, look it up. Like, loud and proud, all right? It's okay to go to Disney by yourself. I don't know why you're sitting on your high horse on top of your ivory tower looking down at me? Like, really? Come on. There's nothing wrong with going there by yourself. People go on vacations by themselves. That's okay, okay? Here's what I want you to do, Livy. Just promise me for the next 20 minutes, keep listening to this station because I guarantee 100% there will be some people calling in saying, hey, guess what, Livy? It's not weird. People go to Disney by themselves. It happens. Just listen. That will be my vindication, okay? My own Disney nerds are going to back me up here, and then you'll be calling me and you'll be saying, oh, Donald, I'm so sorry. And I've got a good Disney heart, and I will probably forgive you,
All right. So, Livy, if you just want to jump to the front of the line before all these people call and take advantage of this good Disney heart that we just heard about, if you'd like to go out a second time
And be Donald's Minnie.
we
or
will pick up the
Daisy.
tab for date number 2. Yes, be Donald's Daisy. We will pick up the tab for date number 2. Do you have any interest in going out with Donald a second time?
I don't think I could find that passion for Disney. I'm not interested. Thank you, though.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for coming on the air. Do appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Well, Donald, unfortunately, as Michelle said, you did not get your Daisy. But you know what? Maybe Livy will listen, as you suggested, to the calls that we're about to get and see what people have to say about your vacations.
I think so. And I'll bet, I know without a doubt that there is someone out there who's got a fast pass to my heart. And I will wait in line for that.
Very nicely. Eventually done there. All right. The phone lines are already jammed this morning.
You know what?
With people who are calling. And I suspect they might be, as he said, the Disnerds.
Donald reminded me of Donald Duck. Kind of lost it a little bit, got a little frustrated, but
pulled it back in at the end.
Yeah, because he's got a Disney heart.
He got a Disney heart, willing to forgive.
Yeah, very much like Donald Duck.
Yeah.
I get it, man. You want a vacation where you want a vacation.
Yeah.
And some people cannot afford it. 2 weeks at a time?
Wow, yeah. That's pretty nice. I mean,
you vacation by yourself too?
I've gone skiing by myself. Yeah.
Hey, Jake gave us a call this morning. He went out with Lori. He thought the date that they had was great. Unfortunately, he has not heard from Lori since, so we're going to see if we can help him out. First of all, Jake, let's start us off by telling us how you met Lori.
Yeah, so I have a buddy, Brett, and Brett's wife is friends with Lori. And Brett and his wife, they thought, I should date Lori. So we went on a double date.
Okay.
And we all went to a Mavs game together. But since then, it's been radio silence.
Did it go okay during the game? Did you guys all have a good time? I mean, it's a double date and everything. That sounds fun.
Yeah, had a great time.
Well, let's contact Lori, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get your second date, okay?
All right, thank you.
So we've gotten a hold of Lori, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Lori, do you remember going out with Jake?
Yeah, I do.
Well, he gave us a call, said you guys went out on a double date with some friends who set you up and went to a Mavs game, and he said you guys had a great time, but he said he hadn't heard from you since and asked us to give you a call on his behalf.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds enthusiastic.
Yeah. Did something happen on the date?
It was weird. So I guess he told you we went to the Mavs on the double date. But he was, very intentional about sitting next to his friend, Brett, and we were 3 seats away from each other. So I just kind of got the impression, that this wasn't a date, that he would just rather hang out with Brett than with me. So. All
right, so let us get this straight. So it's like he's sitting next to Brett, and then it's your friend, Brett's wife, and then you. Is that the way the seating worked out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we couldn't talk, It's not a date.
And because of that, that's why you decided, hey, I don't really want to move forward with this?
Yeah. You want to date someone who's intentional, right? Who at least tries to talk to you if it's a date. At least sit next to me. It didn't feel like a date at all.
Was it maybe like an accident, things got shuffled around and, you kind of just landed there and...
Well, I don't know, maybe... But I did ask. I was like, hey, maybe we could sit next to each other, switch it up. So even if it was an accident, I created space for him to go, yeah, absolutely, let me sit next to you. And he just blew me off.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you tried to change the situation and he was not going for it.
It just was kind of sad. It didn't make me feel wanted.
Okay. All right. Well, we see what you're saying here. And here's the deal. Jake gave us a call. He didn't mention any of that. Just said you guys went to the game, had a great time.
Yeah, he had a great time. He and Brett had a very nice romance that day. Good for you.
Well, he does want you. He did give us a call. He wants a second date.
He's on the other line right now. Can we bring him in on this conversation? It's up to you. It's totally up to you if we do this or not.
I might as well.
Okay.
I don't...
Jake, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Lori. I was listening to all this.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you felt that. That the seating arrangement, it just worked out that way. It wasn't that wasn't on purpose.
I did suggest that you come sit next to me, and you blew me off. So it didn't just work out that way.
No, I did not. I did not blow you. I did not blow you off. But you asked us while we were in the middle of a conversation, we're in the middle of talking, and then you asked that. So well,
but the game was 2.5 hours long. There was plenty of time for you to recognize what I was saying and go, oh, maybe I should sit next to my date or talk to her or look at her or acknowledge her.
I thought the first date was more about the activity we're doing. In that case, it was the game we're watching. And the next date could be about us getting together alone and talking and getting to know each other.
But we were on a date that day to get to know each other, to talk. I wouldn't have gone to the game. I don't even like sports. To me, that was intentional. I got ready and went there to spend time with you and get to know you and talk to you.
Well, we could do that on our next date if you want. What if this weekend I'm going to a friend's party? You can come with me. We can have our second date there. What do you think?
I don't know know if you heard me at all. I was just saying that, like, I want to get to know you and talk to you, and that's the reason that the first date didn't work out. Why would I want to go hang out with more friends?
I mean, you can see how I interact with my friends. You can see how I am. You know, how I interact with people. You can get to know me that way.
No, I saw that already when I was observing you during our first date and not talking to you. How often do you date? Like, do you understand dating is we go on a date? Like, you and me to talk to get to know each other. It's not just social time all the time.
Jake, if Michelle and I may jump in here and offer a suggestion that may work for everybody.
Yeah.
What if, as Lori is suggesting, you guys go out on a date together? We'll pick up the tab for date number 2.
one-on-one?
Yeah, one-on-one. Yeah, like dinner or something.
Yeah.
How about that? Jake, would you be interested in a date like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you guys are picking up the tab. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Okay. How about you, Lori? Would you be interested in a date like that?
I appreciate the offer of you guys picking up the tab, but I'm gonna not do that.
Brett kind of told me you were kind of like this.
Like what?
Like this.
Okay, you know what?
What
Jake,
does that mean?
Jake, we're going to jump in here. She already passed on the date. No need to dig your hole deeper, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lori,
right.
You're a good sport to come on the air with us. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you being on the air.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Jake, you know what? We
Jake,
don't know.
Thank you for coming on the air.
So I not got the dinner then?
Doesn't work that way. You don't get the dinner then. This isn't about dinner. This is about...
He's clueless.
You know what? That's funny that you say that because I wrote that down, actually.
Oh, really?
We were like, this guy is clueless.
We got Russell standing by. Russell went out with Gina, had a great first date, but there was no second date. So we're going to see if we can help him out this morning. First of all, Russell, tell us how you met Gina.
So Gina and I, we met on Tinder.
Okay.
And we went out for drinks after we were kind of chatting for a while on the app, and we had a great time, but I just never heard back from her after that, and I really enjoyed myself, and I was hoping to get a second date.
Okay, so you know Hawkeye always asks, did something go wrong on the date?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think so. I thought we had great chemistry, and we had a good time, so I'm a little confused as to why I didn't hear back from her.
All right. Well, let's give her a call, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Okay.
Well, Russell gave us a call and went out with Gina, had a great first date, but never heard from her after that date.
And we've gotten a hold of Gina. She's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Gina, do you remember going out with Russell?
Oh, yeah. Russell was hard to forget.
Oh, in a good way or a bad way? Because here's the deal. He asked us to call you because he said the date was so great and he never heard from you after that, and he was trying to figure out what happened.
I don't know if I would call it so great. So weird is what I would say. I've been on Tinder a minute. People have put on weight. Maybe, they use a slightly older photo. But Russell took it to another level.
He didn't look like his picture?
It was a completely different person.
Like it was not even him in the same picture? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was not him. It was not him like 20 pounds ago. It was not him 5 years ago. It was a totally different guy.
Okay, so he basically catfished you. He put a different picture up there. Okay.
Did you bring it up? How did you find him when you got to your place?
I was sitting there. And I, looked like my photo, and he came up to me and was like, hey. And I was just kind of done.
Right.
He was a nice guy, but also he's a liar.
He said you guys had a great time. So I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong, you never brought it up to him, the fact about the photo.
Yeah, I was really stunned. And I did say I didn't recognize you. And he was just like, oh, like you're even prettier in person.
Oh, he just flipped it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, it wasn't the worst date I've ever been on, but it was definitely one of the strangest. I did stay for a drink. Honestly, I should have left, but I was just taken aback, and I had already, sat down. I don't know. It was just weird.
Well, here's the deal. We didn't know any of that. He just said you guys had a great date. He's actually on the other line. Can we bring him in on this conversation? This is totally up to you. If you don't want to do this, we can end this right now, but I'd love to hear his explanation for putting someone else's photo I just want to see if he's going to admit to it or just lie to us.
Yeah, I mean, I should have confronted him. I'm bad at confrontation. So yes, let's.
Okay. All right. Russell, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear what Gina said? That you had used a completely different picture on your Tinder profile? Is that true?
Yes, it was a different picture. I personally have found that I get a lot more viewer count on my Tinder profile if I use a picture of another guy. And
Who is this guy? Where did you find this picture?
it's from Instagram. It's a screenshot. Just cropped it, like that whole thing. But the picture, it does kind of look like me. You know, it's just slightly better looking. It's not as though I'm totally catfishing with somebody that's a totally different hair color, eye color, you know, like all of that, the whole 9 yards. It's not that. It looks fairly similar to me. It's just slightly better looking.
Gina, is that true?
I mean, a lot of people have brown hair and brown eyes. So, yes, that's where the similarities kind of end. Russell, just don't do that.
Yeah, what kind of reaction are you getting from other people when you show up and you don't look anything like your picture? You're using someone else's picture.
I mean, I've been called out on it before, maybe twice in the past, and both times I've admitted to it. And, then I went out again with those people. So it didn't seem to be a big deal. And, I was upfront and honest. And, I mean, most people don't.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So many things are wrong with this. So I highly doubt anybody went out with you again after that. I do not believe you.
I have a good personality, and I don't think that I should be penalized because I'm not the best-looking guy.
No, I'm sorry. I was shocked before, and now I'm finally getting angry. Your personality is a liar. That's your personality. Stop. Do not do this to anybody else.
So if we were to ask you, Gene, if you wanted a second date with Russell, you wouldn't say yes to that?
I would say hell no.
Okay. You're a good sport to come on the air. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, I'm glad because I should have been angry about this before. I needed some processing time. Russell, you're a dirty liar. Just don't do that again.
No, I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Will. Yeah.
There just aren't dating apps that get you dates based on your personality. So that's why I did what I did.
Then don't use dating apps. Try to get people with your personality, like, out in the wild. But you know what? You probably can't because it doesn't matter what you look like. You're a liar, and people can smell that.
Okay, all right. I'm piling on now at this point. Gina, you're a good sport to come on the air with us. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right. Russell, obviously you didn't get the answer you're hoping for, but do you see, the fallacy in your way here that, putting a picture of somebody else on there in the long run, that's not going to work out for you?
Like I said, it has worked out for me in the past, and I think maybe I should continue to, just kind of go about doing the same thing that I've been doing. Gina was just a fluke, maybe.
So Walker gave us a call. He went out with Bree. They had a great first date, but he hasn't heard from her since. We're going to try to help him out this morning with that second date. So Walker, tell us how you met Bree.
Yeah, so we actually met at a neighborhood party recently and just really hit it off and connected really well. And I was like, I don't know, I want to take this girl out. So I asked her out.
When you say neighborhood party, do you live in the same neighborhood?
It was actually a friend's neighborhood, and I came to visit, but she lives in that neighborhood.
All right. And so you guys went out. What did you guys do?
We went out for something to eat. It was super casual and fun. I felt like the vibes were good, so I'd be willing to go out on a date again. After the date, she invited me to come on over for a bit.
Invited you to go where?
Go over to her place.
Oh, okay. That's a good sign.
It was a good sign, which is why I was kind of surprised that after the date that night, I never heard from her again.
All right. Well, let's give her a call, see if we can help you out this morning, okay?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
We've gotten a hold of her. She's agreed to come on the air with us. Bree, do you remember going out with Walker?
Yeah.
Well, he gives a call, said you guys had a great date, and then he said he never heard from you after that and asked us to give you a call on his behalf.
Seriously?
Oh.
Uh-oh. Was it not a good date?
No, I mean, the beginning part of the date was fine. It was actually fun.
And then I invited him back to my house for like a nightcap, which was cool. Then it turned into less of a date and more of like a sales pitch.
Wait, what?
What?
What do you mean a sales pitch? Like for himself? He was like selling himself? Like, hey, I'm a great guy.
No. So we like go into the kitchen and I flip the light on and a cockroach runs across the floor. and it turns out Walker's an exterminator.
That sounds like a good thing, right?
I guess. But then he just launches into this pitch about how I should sign up for a bi-monthly spraying. And, like, it can help me not only with this roach, which I've never seen before in my house, other than this one, but all sorts of creepies and crawlies. Now, here's what's really weird about this. Truly, I have never seen a cockroach in my house before. Did he bring it with him?
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're thinking because he's an exterminator, he brought stuff with him to try to sell you on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he sort of had some time because, like, we came in and then I, like, was sort of, like, throwing things around a little to, like, you know, tidy a little bit.
Okay.
And then that's when we, like, walked in the kitchen. So he was, like, slightly ahead of me. So I feel like there was time.
Let me make sure I got this right. You think that he brought a roach with him when he came over to your house and then gave you the sales pitch of why you should sign up for sprayings?
I know that sounds insane, but you should have seen the pitch.
Wow.
It was, like, so well timed.
And because of that, that's why you didn't return any of his calls when he reached out to you for a second date.
Yeah. Like, we couldn't even change the subject. He just, like, continued on, and I was, like, finally just had to, like, yawn a lot. And I'm tired. And
so that wasn't your roach?
There's no way.
Well, here's the deal. Walker gave us a call, like we said, because he just mentioned the date. Didn't mention anything about any of that. He's actually on the other line. Would it be okay if we brought him in on this conversation just to kind of hear his side of everything?
I mean, listen, he made the call, so if he wants to use this time to pitch to all of your listeners, why not?
All right. Walker, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear what Bree said? Like, why shouldn't he call you back? Because of the roach situation?
Yeah, I heard it, and it's, like, absolutely ridiculous. I was trying to be helpful, and I don't even need her to, like, pay me. I would do it for free.
First of all, you never offered it free when you were at my house the other day. There was, like, a payment tier section for so-and-so's extermination services.
Yeah, well, it's one of the best pest control companies in the country, and I was offering to help you out. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that because we always give 100% good service.
See? I mean, that sounded exactly like a sales pitch to me. I'm surprised there's not a cockroach running across your floor right now.
No. Listen, I'm proud of the company, and it's my job to rep the company, but it has nothing to do with the fact that I was willing to help you out. And by the way, there's no way that I brought a roach with me to your house. What do you think, I keep boxes of roaches in my trunk or something like that? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. At this point, I don't know what you keep in your trunk, and I don't want to know.
Okay. Great.
So, Bree, let me ask you a question. You think that he just, like, put the roach in his pocket or something from in the trunk of his car when he went over to your house and just dropped it onto the floor? Is that kind of what you're suggesting?
Unless he had it in his hand, I don't want to think about that. There's
So you haven't seen any roaches at your place since, Bree?
No, absolutely not. Not before, not since.
Okay.
Well, they're there, you know, they're just hiding, and you're going to find out there's way more than you thought. One roach is a sign of many roaches.
Okay, we're going to jump in here because our goal was to see if you two wanted to go on another date.
No, I have zero interest.
If you don't want to go on a second date, that's fine. But, you know, my offer still stands. If you want someone to come and help you with your roach issue, first extermination is free. We're happy to help.
I don't have a roach issue.
Okay. Well, one roach is a sign of many.
Okay,
all right. All right. Bree, thank you for coming on the air with us. We do appreciate your time.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, Travis gave us a call and went out with Alexis. They had a great first date, but he has not heard from her since. And so he asked us to see if we could help him out. First of all, Travis, tell us how you met her.
Yeah, I met Alex online. This was before Christmas.
Okay. Oh, wow. So it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, a little while ago.
Okay.
And we talked back and forth for quite a bit, and then finally went out for drinks. It was super casual, and we actually hung out for the entire evening, which I thought was a good sign.
Oh, so you were just going to meet for a drink, and it just you guys ended up hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, it was like hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was really great, and I texted her the next day being like, hey, let's do this again sometime, and I just never heard from her.
All right. I mean, obviously you hung out for a long time, but at the end of the date, did something go awry?
No, not at all.
All right. Well, let's have us give her a call, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
We've gotten a hold of Alexis. She's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Alexis, do you remember going out with Travis?
Yeah.
Well, he gave us a call, said you guys had a great first date, and then said never heard from you after that, and asked us to give you a call on his behalf.
Yeah. So, basically, he kind of is a liar, I guess. He made a promise, and it didn't follow through, and I don't want to be with somebody like that.
Oh, wow.
What was the promise that he made?
He promised he was going to take me to a Cowboys game, and then he never did.
So he did say you guys were going out. The first time he went out was back around Christmas. Was that correct?
Yeah.
Did he ask you out to do something else, or how did it progress? He said he asked you out for a second time.
Yeah, it wasn't to go to a Cowboys game, and so I just didn't respond. We started talking about football, and I mentioned that I had never been to a game, and he thought that was terrible, and I live in Texas, how dare I? And so he was going to take me to a Cowboys game, and I was super excited about it, and then that just didn't happen, apparently. And so, yeah, I don't want to be with somebody who says they're going to do something and then doesn't do it.
So you just stopped returning his calls and texts?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the deal. Travis gave us a call and just said you guys went out, had a great time, and when he tried to call you for a second date, he never heard from you again. He is on the other line. Can we bring him in on this conversation?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Travis, are you there?
I'm here.
Did you hear what Alexis said?
I heard everything. Okay. Let me just explain this, okay? She had mentioned that she'd never been to a game, right? And I told her that my company has tickets and that they're all accounted for the rest of the season. But if the rare chance that they made the playoffs...
Rare chance. Come on, Travis.
I would be next in line to get the tickets. And then I would invite her as my guest.
And they obviously didn't make the playoffs.
They didn't make the playoffs, so we didn't go to the game.
Okay, all right.
Alexis, do you realize that the Cowboys weren't even doing so well, that maybe that wasn't a possibility?
No. All I know is that he promised to take me to a Cowboy game, and he didn't. So that's not the kind of man I want around.
But what game can I take you to if there's no game being played?
You could have gotten us tickets.
Because they didn't make the playoffs. That's not how it worked.
There are lots of games. There were lots more games. They were on TV.
They didn't make the playoffs, so we didn't go. That's not me not keeping my promise. It's just that there wasn't a game that I could take you to.
They played more after we went on our first date. You still could have taken me to a game. And you said you were going to. You broke your promise.
Well, I tried to explain to you that my company has tickets, but they were all accounted for the rest of the year.
I don't remember you saying that. And you know what? The games were on TV. I saw them playing. Why didn't you just buy us tickets? If there weren't tickets or whatever, why didn't you just get us tickets?
Because they're crazy expensive. I mean, I just can't afford that right now.
Alexis, does the entire date just ride on the Cowboys game? I mean, could you have gone to another thing? Or maybe gone to dinner?
No, it's that he lied. He made a promise and then didn't follow through with that.
Okay, Alexis, apparently there was a miscommunication here. Look, I'd love to go out again if you're willing to do that.
No, I don't want to go out with a liar. No, I'm good.
So our whole goal is to see if you want to go out a second time with Travis. We would pick up the tab for date number 2, and he explained the whole situation. How,
No, stop it. Do not defend him. Don't defend him. He didn't explain anything. He's a liar.
Okay, all right. Thank you for coming on the air. Do appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Travis, obviously, that's not going to happen. Date number 2.
Yeah, you didn't get to explain yourself very well.
Yeah, maybe it's for the best.
All right, maybe so. I kind of feel bad for Travis because he really did want to go out with her again, and I understood his explanation. I can understand how there'd be a mix-up. But that all being said, she only heard one thing, Cowboys game, and didn't get to go. And that's where it ended. Are you Team Alexis on this?
Why are you asking that?
I'm just asking. Are you Team Alexis?
Why would I be Team Alexis?
I don't know, because you were looking at me like I was being
letting
ridiculous.
you speak.
No, but you were giving me this look like you're being ridiculous look.
No.
Okay.
She just didn't realize how bad the Cowboys were. I just don't know what rock she was living under.
Jonathan on the line. He gave us a call because he went out with Alicia, had a great first date. Unfortunately, there was no second date, and we're going to see if we can help him out. So first of all, Jonathan, tell everybody how you met Alicia.
We met on Tinder.
Okay, and that led to a date?
Yeah, we thought, just to keep things casual and get to know each other a little bit better, we just agreed to do a Zoom date for our first date.
Oh, I've heard of that being more of a thing. I guess people are doing that more often to break the ice.
Yeah, it was just kind of a way to get to know each other's vibes and stuff, I guess, and, move on from there. And I thought it went really good, so, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening.
I want to make sure I get this right. So you two don't meet at all. You just talk over Zoom, and that's your first date.
I mean, we'd been, just messaging and stuff, so we made, plans to meet at a certain time and stuff and, dress nice and stuff. So it was more than just, talking on Zoom, I feel. It was more like a first date, just not in person.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, but it was on Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're calling us, or we're correct in assuming there was no second date?
Nope, I haven't heard from her.
Okay. So at the end of the Zoom date, did you guys talk about a second date, or just did you say, I'll get back to you, and then you never heard from her after that?
No, I don't think we really talked about planning a second date, but like I said, it's just kind of weird because it went super well. She laughed almost the whole time on the Zoom call, and she was at home, and her roommate was there, and she even introduced me to her. So, yeah, I don't know. It was seemed like a really good thing, so I don't know.
All right, well, let's have us give her a call and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
All right, appreciate it.
But we've gotten a hold of Alicia. She's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Alicia, do you remember going out with Jonathan?
It's hard not to remember that date. It was incredibly memorable.
I mean, was it because of the fact that it was on Zoom, or was there something else that happened?
So when we were on Zoom, there was this mirror behind him. And in that reflection, I could see that he was well-dressed from the top half up, but he was not wearing pants. And all I could see was literally a full moon butt out in the mirror.
Oh, my gosh.
I literally remember even being you know how, because when you're on Zoom, you just, text your pals on the side? I literally texted my roommate, and I was like, come here right this second. I cannot even believe this man had the gall to not put, not just pants on. I wouldn't have even cared if it's underwear. If it was a pair of boxers, totally fine. I get it. But just no pants.
Oh my gosh.
Insane behavior.
Are you sure what you saw?
Oh, I would have hoped that I wasn't sure, but unfortunately, you can't forget a like that.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right. Okay. He did say you introduced him to your roommate, and now we're thinking that's just you texting your roommate to come and check this out.
Oh my gosh, no, I had to have her in. My roommate is one of my best friends. I needed her. I needed somebody else to experience with. The actual level of absurdity that this Zoom call had, I needed her to witness it. Because I also didn't want to take a screenshot, that feels violating. I don't know. I was just girl, get in here and meet this man. What is happening?
And because of all that, that's why you didn't contact him afterwards for a second date.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to spare him the embarrassment of me calling him out for his, full moon.
So you waited until we were on the air.
As you can tell, it's so funny that you guys are calling me about this because, this is obviously a story that I've, told to my friends before, but, to tell to strangers is crazy.
Here's the deal. Jonathan gave us a call because he said you guys had a great Zoom date and he hadn't heard from you and asked us to give you a call on his behalf. Now, this is up to you. He's actually on the other line. Can we bring him in this conversation just to kind of hear his side of all this?
Oh, God. Yeah, sure. Why not? We're here, aren't we?
Okay, hold on a second. We lost him here, so I'm going to go call him right back here, okay?
He hung up. He was so embarrassed.
Hello.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, it's Hawkeye Michelle. We lost you there for a second.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened.
Did you hang up maybe because you heard what happened?
Yeah, I heard most of what she was saying, and wow, it's so embarrassing. But yeah, I guess I was just so excited for the date and worrying about how I looked from, how I would look on the Zoom call from the waist up that, before I knew it was time for the call, and I just, I didn't think anyone would find out. But now I guess everyone knows, so I don't know.
So you forgot your pants.
I mean, I didn't forget them necessarily. I just didn't have time to put on pants. I don't know. I was more worried about putting on, which pants that I guess I just didn't think of it and ended up with no pants. I don't know, but, I had a really nice, I wore my favorite teal shirt. But, yeah, everything she said was true, except for about the part.
Oh, Jonathan.
Oh, my gosh.
Jonathan, did you not realize that there was a mirror behind you? It wasn't as concealed as you thought?
No, I did not realize there was a mirror behind me. No, sorry.
Well, that all being said, now that we realize that Jonathan didn't realize you saw more of him than he had even hoped, Alicia, if you'd like to go out a second time with Jonathan, we'll pick up the tab for date number 2. Do you have any interest in going out with Jonathan on a more conventional date, pants, dinner, the whole deal?
That is very sweet of y'all. I am okay. I am good.
So that's a no?
That's a no.
Okay. All right.
But I wish Jonathan all the luck in remembering to put pants on.
See, Jonathan, I think you just need to find favorite pants, and you won't forget your favorite pants.
Yes, Michelle's right. Find some favorite pants, and then you never have to worry about it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be done with Zoom dating altogether, so I don't know.
All right, the Metroplex has pleaded. Let's get this couple back together. We got Ivan standing by. He went out with Marta. They only had one date. We're going to try to help him. First of all, Ivan, tell everybody, how did you meet Marta?
Yeah, so Marta and I actually met on Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
And, and we kind of hit it off, so we decided to meet one afternoon. We were both off of work early and went out for some lunch, had some drinks, really good time. And I was, absolutely sure there would be a second date. We texted about it, and I asked her out, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to politely decline, and I totally can't figure out why.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys did agree to go on the second date, correct?
Yeah, on the date, we were like, we should do this again. And she was like, oh, definitely. Yeah, let me know when you can. And I texted her. It took her a little while to get back to me. And then she was like, you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to pass on that second date. It wasn't rude or anything. I just was totally blindsided by it,
Okay. Well, let's have us give her a call so we can figure out what's going on and see if we can get your second date, okay?
Yeah, awesome.
Oh.
Now, hold of Marta, and she's agreed to come on. We've gotten a hold of Marta, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Marta, do you remember going out with Ivan?
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, he said you guys had a great date and even agreed to go out a second time, but then he said you declined when he actually called you back for that second date, and he couldn't figure out why and asked us to call you on his behalf.
Well, it's because he wanted to go to a casino, and I hate gambling. I had a boyfriend that I dated for 3 years, and he was really heavily into gambling, got into a lot of debt, and it's just not something I want to get involved with. I mean, that's what caused us to break up.
Oh, really?
Just because of that? Just because he was heavily in debt?
Well, yeah, and he had a gambling addiction, so I'm not interested in getting involved with that at all.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about Ivan other than the fact that you guys had a great first date. He actually, like we said, called us and asked us to call you on his behalf. He's actually on the other line. Can we bring him in on this conversation and just so he can kind of hear from you what happened?
I guess so.
Ivan, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, Marta.
Hey.
All I can say is, I heard what you said, and, no offense, but you're blowing things way out of proportion. I go with my friends maybe 3 times a year just for fun, and I thought maybe it was, something different to do than just going to dinner and a movie or getting drinks. So I had no idea that you had such a problem with it, but I definitely don't have a problem with it.
I mean, I'm not blowing it out of proportion because I know what can happen. So if I'm not into the gambling thing, then I'm not into it. That's just not my thing.
Sure, but like I said, I don't gamble regularly. I go once a summer, maybe once over the holidays. holidays with my friends. So, like, you could have just said, no, I don't want to go gambling. I'm not interested in that. And we would, if we ended up dating for 20 years, we would have never gone to the casino. Like, I would have respected that because it's not something that I do regularly. It was just an idea, you know?
Well, that's interesting because before you said that you went 3 times a year, and now you're saying twice. So it seems like you're kind of changing a story as to how many times you go.
Sure. I mean, great. You can, like, analyze it however you want, but what I'm saying is I go very rarely. It's not something I do regularly. And anyone who knows me or has known me would know that.
Analyze it, but I guess it's just not going to work for us. So now you have your answer.
Okay. It's probably good because clearly you blow things way out of proportion. So.
And clearly you might have a gambling addiction that you're hiding. So whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So are you an alcoholic because we had drinks at lunch?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know what?
okay,
We're going to jump in here because we're getting off track here. Our whole goal, Marta, was to see if you wanted to go out a second time with Ivan, we would pick up the
No,
date.
thanks.
Okay, all right, Marta.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Okay, all right, Marta. Thank you so much for coming on the air with us. Really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
All right. This is like, Ivan, obviously, you get the answer you're looking for, but at least you got a little closure when it comes to Marta.
He definitely sounds like I dodged a bullet.
You are new to the show. Every morning at this time, Michelle and I help out somebody who had a great first date, but for some reason it never progressed to a second date. We got Isaac on the line. He went out with Carly. First of all, tell everybody how you met Carly.
We met on Match.com.
Okay. All right. And that obviously led to a date?
Yep. We went out for lunch. She suggested a burger place I'd never been to, so I thought, yeah, cool, I'll try new things. And yeah, we met, had a great lunch, and I never heard back from her after that.
All right. Did anything go wrong on the date? We always ask.
No.
Okay.
Nope. It went great.
All right. Good deal. All right. Well, let's have us give her a call so we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Awesome. Appreciate it.
We've gotten a hold of Carly, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Carly, do you remember going out with Isaac?
Yes.
Well, he said you guys had a great date. Then he said he never heard from you after that, and he asked us to call you on his behalf.
Okay.
Did it not go well?
Well, it was fine, I guess, but I mean, there was kind of a situation where he got in an argument with the waitress over bringing food into the restaurant we went to. So,
What do you mean bringing food into the restaurant?
Well, okay, so I'm just going to start from the beginning, I guess. So he had me pick the restaurant, so I did. I picked this, burger place, and apparently he had never been there, which is fine. Like, that was fine with him, but we get there, and he brings his own hamburger bun, and the waitress sees that he has done this and kind of makes a big deal about it, and I mean, I've worked in restaurants before, so I get it. It's like against health code. She doesn't want to lose her job for letting this guy bring in a bun, I guess. But then he explains that he has this gluten allergy, which would have been fine had he explained that before, and maybe we could have gone to a different place. But now here we are, and he is arguing with the waitress when I feel like it all could have been avoided.
Okay, can we just stop a second and just note how ridiculous this sounds?
Doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds definitely ridiculous.
Okay, well, we didn't know any of that, and can we bring him in on this conversation? Like we said, he asked us to call you on his behalf. He's on the other line. Can we bring him in to kind of hear his side of the whole afternoon? Because all he told us was the date was great.
Sure.
Isaac, are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, Carly.
Good morning.
So, I know this is kind of funny. Like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and honestly, like you said, I have a gluten allergy, so I didn't want to eat their buns, and I didn't want to be a monster who, on the first date, ate a burger with a fork and knife. So,
well, I mean, I would have rather that than what happened. Or the best scenario would be, I mean, I wish you would have just told me that you had a gluten allergy. I mean, it's not like an abnormal situation, and we could have just gone somewhere else, and it would have been fine.
I mean, most people, have more menu options for food allergies. So, I called ahead of time and just assumed, oh, great, I'll get the gluten-free burger. But no, they didn't have that. So, yeah.
I mean, you could have messaged me or something and reached out some way and been like, hey, like, they don't have a gluten-free option. I know I didn't mention this or whatever. I have a gluten allergy. And I would have, said, okay, well, let's come up with another solution. I mean, I don't feel like it's that difficult of a situation to fix.
Yeah, it's just that I've been on other dates, and like as soon as I start, making special requests, I kind of had the girl sitting across from me just kind of roll her eyes, kind of like I'm high maintenance or something. And, I've even brought my own bun to other burger places before, and it's never been a big deal.
Okay, I was going to ask that. All right. So this is standard for you.
I wouldn't say it's standard, but I wouldn't also say it's abnormal.
Okay, well, now that you know all that, Carly, if we were to offer a chance for you guys to go out a second time, we'll pick up the tab for date number 2. We'll make sure they have a gluten-free option on the menu. Would you have any interest in going out with Isaac a second time?
For me, I wouldn't have minded the gluten allergy. To me, it's a communication issue. I mean, I'm pretty big on communication, and I just feel like I think I'm good.
No, I'm not really buying that. It sounds like you're trying to just make an excuse, and I think you kind of are prejudiced against people with gluten allergies, kind of like that crazy manager at the restaurant.
Okay, well, I mean, if that is okay, if that's how you feel, then I guess that's how you feel. But I think it's a communication thing, even based on how you're communicating with me right now. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, you're not going to get any of these gluten-free buns, honey.
Wow.
Holding back on your butt.
Gosh.
All right. Carly, thank you for coming on the air. Really appreciate your time this morning. You're a good sport to be part of the show.
Thank you.
All right. Isaac, obviously you didn't get the answer you're looking for, but at least you got a little closure when it comes to Carly.
Yeah, I'm good. Whatever. Thank you.
All right. 888-787-1963. Do we think that, Isaac just went overboard at taking his own bun? Or is Carly just not being sympathetic?
Isaac, you know what? I can relate to Isaac's plight. I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Right. I was going to say.
Yeah, so on first dates, I usually will give who I'm asking out, I'll give her the option where she wants to go. And if she brings up something like an Italian place or a pizza place...
Going to Andy's. And
yeah.
Oliver standing by at a great first date with Diana, but unfortunately no second date. We're going to try to help out. First of all, Oliver, tell everybody how you met Diana.
Well, like most people, I have the dating apps, and me and my buddies are all on Tinder, so, I met her on Tinder.
All right. That sounds good. That led to a date?
Yeah, honestly, I often focus on girls that are, overlooked on Tinder.
What do you mean by that, overlooked?
Well, my buddies, they often go for these, Instagram models and, only on the hottest girls on there. But I like to focus on the girls that my friends would never swipe on.
Okay.
So you chose Diana and you swiped on her and she agreed to go out with you?
Yeah, we went out to eat, and after the date, I never heard from her again.
Okay. Did the date go well or did something go wrong on the date?
I mean, I felt like the date went really well.
All right. Well, let's have us give her a call, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get your second date, okay?
All right.
We've gotten a hold of Diana, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Diana, do you remember going out with Oliver?
Yeah.
Well, he gave us a call, said you guys went out, had a good time, but he said he hadn't heard from you since and asked us to give you a call on his behalf.
I mean, okay. What do you guys want to know?
Was there a reason you didn't contact him after the date? That something happened on the date?
I mean, the date was fine. It was okay. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, he didn't really move the needle for me. You know what I mean?
So you went on one date, didn't really excite you that much. You decided to move on, basically.
Yeah. It just I guess I just wasn't really excited about him, and I'm not to sound mean, but sometimes you just know, So.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's the whole purpose of dating. You go out, you don't end up with everybody you go on a date with.
Right.
Sometimes. Yeah. So, I mean, that just happens. Well, he is actually on the other line, and this is up to you. If you don't want to do this, we can end this right here. But would it be okay if we brought him in on this conversation just so we can get some closure and move on?
Okay.
All right. Oliver, are you there?
Yeah. I mean, Daniel, what do you mean I don't move the needle for you? I don't understand.
I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but it's just I wasn't feeling excited about you, and I felt like that was too rude to say. And so, yeah, I just felt like, you got the hint. I didn't respond, and that was it.
You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, but I feel like you really should give me a second chance, you know, because of your status.
Because of my status? What is that supposed to mean?
You know, it's obvious a lot of people aren't really swiping on you.
Wow. Okay. What does that even mean? Like, why do you...
Yeah, what does that mean, Oliver?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Well, I just usually when I go out with women like Diana, they're appreciative and grateful to have a date.
You hear yourself right now? So I should be... What? So you're saying I should be grateful? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're a nice person, and it just seems to me that's like obvious that you know you're a little desperate. And I usually date girls.
I'm a little desperate. Interesting. I was so desperate that I didn't contact you. Wow, you should check your ego, dude. You should really check your ego. That is cool. This is crazy. This is
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. I'm surprised you didn't contact me because, you know, it's...
You're surprised that I was so
doing you-
desperate that I didn't contact you. Please check yourself before you come out that door with that dating advice. Damn.
Hey, I'm not saying that I'm like a gem. I just like giving girls like you a chance.
Does that make you sleep well at night by saying that in your head?
Well, I mean, I just try to be somebody that really looks at someone's like personality, you know, and you know, not just automatically going by who the hottest people are in the world. And I just feel like people should appreciate that.
Okay, cool. I think I'm out. This is so sad. You really, please check your ego.
So, Diana, our whole goal is here, if you'd like to go out a second date with Oliver, now that he explained it, we would pick up the tab for date number 2. Do you have any interest in going out with him a second time?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. No. Check. Like, I'm good. Thank you. No.
Maybe I didn't really explain it well enough. It's not like I have a big ego.
Oh, no,
It's just
I'm really good. I'm really good. Thank you. Can I hang up now?
You're good, yeah.
Please?
Diana, thank you so much for coming on the air with us. We do
Cool.
appreciate your time. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Oliver, unfortunately, you didn't get a second date. Sounds like your tactic kind of backfired on you a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, I'm definitely out of her league, and she honestly should feel lucky to be out on a date with me, but whatever.
Okay.
Ouch.
Well, you called that one, Michelle.
I think we also.
I know, but it was, man, he just stuck to it. I don't know, maybe people want to call and say, you know what, Diana should be appreciative and grateful.
Right.
That she got the date. Maybe people feel that way. And maybe, you know what? Maybe Oliver just explained it poorly, like he said at the end. I just didn't explain it well enough what he's trying to do here.
I mean, I have no words.
I know.
Like, you really don't. It's like, dude, you're an idiot.
All right, we got a call from Vance. Went out with Pamela. He thought their first date was great, but he has not heard from Pamela since, and we're going to try to help him out. First of all, Vance, tell us how you met Pamela.
We met online, actually.
And that led to a date, obviously?
Yeah, I don't know 100% exactly what she's like, but the side that I saw of her, she's outdoorsy, really adventurous, and that's exactly my vibe. So I was pretty excited to meet her, to be honest. So we met for a couple beers after work. We talked about doing some like kind of outdoors adventure stuff in the near future, but then I just didn't hear back from her.
Did anything go wrong on the date? Were you led to believe, like, or maybe there were expectations you were going to go out to eat after work or something? Anything like that?
Not that I could read. I was trying to make it kind of as harmless as possible.
Yeah.
And that's why I was even talking about going on some little day trips to not make it super intimidating. So I really don't know what happened.
So you suggested maybe an outdoorsy type date, and maybe that scared her away, you think?
I don't think so, because she was saying how much she likes to go hiking and stuff like that. So I figured that was her jam.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give her a call, see if we can figure out what's going on, see if we can get you a second date, okay?
So we've gotten a hold of Pamela, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Pamela, do you remember going out with Vance?
Yeah, I do.
Well, he gave us a call, said you guys had a great first date, and even talked about maybe doing something later. Then he said he never heard from you after that and asked us to give you a call on his behalf.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had a nice date. It was, it was really lovely. I enjoyed our conversation, but his ex-girlfriend just like came up to the table during the date.
And like, I don't think she realized that he was on a date, let alone like a first date. She thought he was like maybe having a beer with a coworker or something.
Oh, she thought you were the coworker?
Yeah, so like that made me feel not good. And honestly, I was really intimidated by this woman. Like, she was blonde and like really hot and like looked like a model, very tall. And I was like, if this is the kind of woman, that he goes out with, then I'm obviously not the type of girl for him. I just wanted to save myself the future grief, of heartbreak.
Wow. So, I mean, that's the reason you haven't gotten back to him, because of that interaction?
Yeah, it just like left a bad taste in my mouth.
Was he flirting with his ex?
No, he wasn't flirting, but I think, I don't know, just seeing that was the kind of woman that he usually goes for, I just felt really intimidated.
Okay. And you think that possibly that you're not the type really that he likes, so like you said, you wanted to avoid any future grief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's the deal. Maybe you read the situation wrong, because Vance contacted us and said you guys had a great time, and he's actually on the other line because he asked us to give you a call on his behalf. Can we bring him in on this conversation?
Oh, sure.
Vance, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is that true? Your ex-girlfriend showed up at your date?
So she did. I think it was coincidental. I don't think she was like stalking me. I mean, I didn't announce it anywhere or anything like that. But it was like a really brief interaction. I'm sure for Pam it felt a little longer. But yeah, my ex is a trip. She is a pretty lady, but we don't really have anything in common. That's pretty much why we broke up. But Pamela, me and you, I mean, just in the short amount of time that we spent together, we have a ton in common, it felt like. That's why we talked about going on a hike, maybe rock climbing. I like doing that kind of stuff. That's kind of the cup of tea that I'm in. So long story short, don't be intimidated by her. I mean, I called a radio station to get a hold of you for a reason. You're definitely the kind of girl that I'm interested in.
Wow. I'm really surprised. That's really sweet.
Okay, well, all that being said, I mean, would you be interested in going on a second date with me, possibly?
Hey, Pamela, if you are, we'll pick up the tab for date number 2, and whatever you guys want to do. We'll foot the bill for that.
Does it really change things the way Vance has just explained it all?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I feel like just hearing you lay it all out there and talking about how much you enjoyed like our time together and our specific interests, like that really means a lot to me and makes me feel like you're putting less of an emphasis on like, my physical appearance, and that means a lot to me. So yeah, I would be down. I would be down for a second date.
Pamela, for the record, I don't know why you're discounting yourself so much. You are absolutely gorgeous. Like, you're a brunette, but you are stunning. Like, it doesn't matter if she's blonde. You're beautiful. Trust me. This girl's a catch.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you guys hold on a second. We'll get something set up, and we hope you enjoy your second date on us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. How about that? A success story? Ring the bell.
Wow.
On a Friday. Very nice.
Levi is standing by. He went out with Carrie, had a great first date. Unfortunately, no second date. We're going to try to help him out. First of all, Levi, tell everybody how you met Carrie.
Hawkeye, she just popped up on my Instagram feed, so I commented on her post because I thought it was really interesting.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a little serendipity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did commenting on a post that of someone you've never met before end up to be a date?
We started messaging each other after that. I commented on her post, and then I guess maybe she was looking at my post because all of a sudden I started getting comments from her. So I was like, hey, you want to go out for margaritas?
Oh, so she probably found you interesting as well.
I mean, I won't say I'm not.
So did this take a little bit of time before you guys started even talking about going out, or was this pretty quick?
It was about a couple weeks.
Okay. All right. Commenting back and forth. What'd you guys end up doing on your date?
I took her out. We went to a nice burger joint and got some margaritas and some cheeseburgers, and I thought it was a good time.
Okay. But you're contacting us. Are we correct in assuming there was no second date?
There has not been a second date, no.
All right. And did anything go wrong on date number 1? We always ask.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, let's give her a call and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
All right.
But we've gotten a hold of Carrie, and she's agreed to come on the air with us. So, Carrie, do you remember going out with Levi?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I do. This is really embarrassing.
What's embarrassing?
What's embarrassing?
I just okay. So like I've heard some second date updates, and like I just never thought I'd be on one like this. I've listened to it, and I just feel like people can be super shallow, and I just I don't want to be seen like that. But
One like this? What do you mean by that?
I don't want to come off weird or judgy or anything like that. It's kind of mortifying. Really.
Okay. Well, we get that. We do get that. That sometimes people do come off as being very judgmental. But you obviously went out with Levi. There was an attraction there, right? You guys were chatting back and forth on Instagram, and then for some reason you didn't contact him. Was there a reason?
Yeah, it maybe sounds shallow or anything, but I just could not get past his breath, and I have a good tolerance for things, but like I just could not get past it.
His what now?
He had really like not good breath.
Oh, bad breath.
You don't want to say bad breath, but you want not good breath.
I've never experienced it where it's so much that I needed the date to just kind of be over. Like,
Really? It was that off-putting that at that point you did not want to go out with him again?
I don't see how I even could again. Like, like even sitting across from him, and I don't mean to be mean, but oh my God.
Well, you know how second date works because you said you listened to it. He is on the other line, and it's always up to you if you want to continue with this. Would it be okay if we brought him online? This is good constructive criticism and often stuff that can be corrected.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably not even aware.
Exactly.
If he wants to say something or like if he has a question, like, okay, like I don't want to.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Well, let's see. Levi, are you there?
Yeah.
Did you hear what Carrie said?
I don't understand that because we both ate onion rings. So that's had to be what it was.
I don't mean to sound mean, but like it was that way before we got the food.
That's impossible. No, that's impossible because I was chewing gum.
I don't mean to sound mean, but like if you don't have good dental habits, if you're chewing gum to mask that, it doesn't actually work. That's not what gum is for, like to hide that.
Good dental. Do you work at the dentist's office?
I don't, but like you can tell the difference.
What do you mean by you can tell dental hygiene? What does that even mean?
Okay, so like if someone's like has good dental hygiene, right, and they're doing what they should, taking care of their mouth, and when they chew gum, it just kind of enhances it and freshens you up. But like if you don't have that, and then you're just chewing gum as like a last minute thing, it doesn't really help.
I think you're just trying to cancel me because of your dental snobbery here. And if you do your research, you don't have to brush your teeth every single day.
What?
It's like washing your hair, If you wash your hair too much, it's the same thing.
So you're saying you can brush your teeth too much?
Yeah. I know people, you can brush the enamel right off your teeth.
So I guess you don't floss either?
I floss from time to time.
Okay, how often do you brush your teeth?
Well, how often do you wash your hair?
I mean, probably 4 times a week.
Yeah, I'm about 4 times a week with my teeth.
Doesn't that feel awful?
What are you talking about?
Don't you like wake up in the morning and feel like that stuff on your teeth? Like, doesn't it drive you crazy?
No. That's what the Orbit gum is for, Gary. Sounds like you're having a problem. Maybe some other problems if that's what you're feeling when you're waking up. Have you gotten that checked out?
No, like, have you gotten it checked out? So,
no, I'm good.
Did you brush your teeth before the date? Like, did you brush your teeth before you went out with me?
That's what the gum is for.
Okay, we're going to jump in here. Our whole goal is to see, Carrie, if you'd like to go out at a second time with Levi, maybe on the day he brushes, we'd schedule it or something. We'll pick up the tab for date number 2. Do you have any interest in going out with Levi a second time?
Oh, gosh, no, I could not.
Brushing? Carrie? That is weird.
I can't even talk. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we're going to jump in here. Thank you, Carrie, so much for coming on the show. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right. Levi, obviously, it didn't work out the way that you'd hoped, but maybe you'd pick up something from this, what, Carrie's concern was?
I don't know. Maybe she's paranoid? I don't know.
All right. 888-787-1963 is our phone number if you want to chime in. Are you an overbrusher like Michelle appears to be? Brushing, I bet, after each meal?
It's like like 3 times a day, isn't it?
What? You brush the enamel right off those teeth, Michelle. He's done this research. Maybe if you're in the dental hygienist business or a dentist, maybe you can call and chime in.
You're supposed to like floss every day too.
Yeah. 888-787-1963.
And chew gum? What's the gum thing about?
I know. I mean, I'm kind of on Team Carrie on this one.
Okay, how often do you brush your teeth?
I brush like in the morning when I get up. I brush before I go to bed, and then I don't. If I'm out about town, I don't brush.
Right, but if there's an occasion you will brush, you don't hesitate.
And